Hi everyone, it's me again. Welcome back to my channel. Finally, I'm going to review chapter 336 of My Hero Academia, where we finally learn the true identity of the UA traitor. I'm a little disappointed. I wasn't thinking. Well, my idea was that there's probably more than one mole, but it looks like it's just one. But who knows? I could be proven right. Who knows? It's still too soon to say, but definitely one of the traitors, well, if not the only one, has been officially confirmed. Many people, I'm pretty sure, are pissed that they were disproven wrong. Others very likely are happy that they hit the nail in the coffin, and I'm glad I was able to get one of the traitors correct. So let's begin. So the chapter begins with the results of the popularity poll for this year for Japan. And unsurprising, Bakugo took the first place once again. I mean, I'm not very surprised, especially the character development we saw Bakugo go through. I'm a little surprised to see Rody ranking 9th in place, especially since he's a character from a movie, so I was a little surprised. We also see that Shinsho took 10th place, so I'm very glad to see him ranking in the top 10 once again. Even Aisawa was still in the top 10. I'm a little surprised. Well, not really surprised, but it's a little sad not to see All Might back in the top 10. But it's been like that since I believe the 5th poll, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, I haven't seen Alma in the top 10 ever since the 5th poll. Mostly, I believe he got beaten by villains like Shigaraki, of course, and Toga. Ida is still here, not surprising, especially how he was able to convince Deku to come back to UA after saying some very, very special word to him. We see Kirishima still here. I'm glad he's still here, still one of my favorite characters. And the little we see of him is just phenomenal. Some of the characters I was hoping to see in the top 10. Well, one of the characters I'm a little surprised not to see here is Endeavor. I mean, I know in the last polls, I don't remember which one, he finally made it to the top 10. Very likely this has to do with with the little bit we learned about the Tororoki family. Also, Shigaraki also made it to the top, so I'm a little surprised not to see him in the top 10. Especially everything that that has happened here. One character I was hoping to see in the very top 10 was Lady Nagin. Man, her story, it's amazing. It's one of the best written characters I have ever seen. I'm really hoping Lady goodness, my throat. Lady Nagin ranks a little higher. Hopefully in the next poll we might even get to see Star and Stripes, maybe Lady Nagin, maybe a villain in the top 10, but very likely the first, second, and third place Bakugo, Deku, and Tororoki are gonna take those places. They've been at those spots, I believe, since the beginning, since the poll started. So I wouldn't be surprised if they would take the top 3 places. So the chapter begins with Bakugo explaining how his new technique cluster works, and it's pretty amazing how much Bakugo has grown and how powerful he has become. He explains that by creating sweat spheres, he can create multiple shots at once, and it's a very, very good technique that he was able to harness. Goodness, my throat is really killing me. I'm probably gonna have to take a cough drop. A technique he was able to harness and improve thanks to the time he was at Endeavor's agency. So you see how much Bakugo was able to learn thanks to Endeavor. However, there are some weaknesses in his attack. one of them, it requires for him to generate a lot of sweat, so he decides to wear his winter costume to able to overcome this weakness. However, this wears him out quicker, which is not surprising. I mean, if you ever been to a sauna or wearing those special suits that will make you sweat, they will make you sweat, but it's gonna wear you out like quickly, because not only you're sweating a lot, but you're losing a lot of water, so you're dehydrating. So of course it's gonna be tiring out. Maybe one way Bakugo might be able to counter these weaknesses is by I don't know, having somewhere or something that will grant him access to water. So that will be a great help to kind of overcome this weakness. But who knows? This is just me. One thing I love about his attack is like once he uses it against Deku, we see Deku's hair going poof, like the other times where he's training with Deku. So I'm glad they they added that back. We also learned that Tororoki has been training, and he has now been able to literally train his right side so much that it should finally caught up to the level that his left side has. He says that in order to be able to fight against Dabi and his blue flames, he needs to literally master both of his sides and have them work as one instead of like just two halves. There you go. That's a better analogy. You literally have to make these two halves work as one. But we see that he's still not there yet. But it's a very, very good technique that Todoroki is developing here to fight against Dabi. You know, blue flames are the hardest flames out there, and Todoroki's flames are no good against Dabi's flames, and his eyes is very likely gonna be melted fast. But if he's able to combine both of his halves, he should be able to have a good chance against Dabi. We see out there sitting on the bench, Kaminari and Mineta are discussing all the events that have happened. Like one, we learned that Makia has been heavily sedated and he's being monitored in some special facility. They also discussed that Shigaraki has been weakened thanks to Star and Stripe, and they believe it shouldn't be very hard to find All for One and literally take the advantage. However, both Bakugo and Yaoyorozu literally stole the words out of my mouth and point out all the fatal flaws in what Kaminari and Mineta are discussing. Bakugo explains that even though they found the Nomu lab, Shigaraki's hideout during the Camino incident, and the research facility during the war outbreak, they were never able to locate All for One. I mean, pre-Camino, and so All for One, it's very, very good at literally hiding his tracks and just like be literally impossible to be tracked. And we're seeing it here after the war. They haven't been able to locate All for One. Yaoyorozu also explains that during the war, when they faced Shigaraki, he was still incomplete, and of course during that war and after the war, they lost way too many heroes. There's not that many heroes left. I mean, many heroes died during the incident, and many others just hang up the ropes and stop being heroes because of all the outlash from the civilians and people complaining like, oh, you're a hero, this and that, and just people decided just to quit because they just couldn't take it anymore. And it's very, very sad, and it honestly reminds me of what's happening right now. Many people quitting up their jobs because honestly I want to say it's because customers, they feel so entitled. And goodness, yeah, it's literally reminding me of that. Yeah, many people are quitting because of entitled customers, or as you know, Karens. And also, this is the most important fact. The villains get to decide when the battle starts, not the heroes, the villains. After hearing all of this, Deku really just wants to go outside and get some reckon. But of course, I'm glad Ida reminds him that not I, but we. And I'm glad Ida is reminding him, like, it's not just you, it's we. And I'm glad Ida is reminding Deku not to forget that. Deku then asks, like, if it's okay for him to even head outside after what happened when he came to UA. But Ida reminds him that thanks to Uraraka's speech, she was able to calm the tension between the heroes and the civilians even at UA. So I'm glad Uraraka was able to help in a very, very great way. And it's a little funny seeing how Asui's kind of teasing her for blushing. Then we get to the most intense part of this whole chapter. We finally get to learn the identity of who the traitor is. So on the outskirts of UA, we see Hagakure spying on someone. And she's doing this because she's already suspecting of a certain person after the war. And the traitor is Aoyama. So right here on the outskirts, we see Aoyama is literally like has his face full of regret. He's full of tears, mucus, and we see he's talking to his parents. And we learn that Aoyama has been following All for One's orders before the school semester even started. That's just insane. And this just makes total sense. I mean, during the USJ incident, I even talked about it on my last video. Aoyama never reveals where he was sent. I was already suspecting of both Aoyama and Hagakure. Hagakure says that she was sent with Tororoki, but she never said anything. And it doesn't even look like she was being teleported to Tororoki, but I guess I could be wrong about that. But Aoyama never revealed where he got sent. And also during the camp training, we see he's very, very nervous and he's the least injured. And when he sees Dabi and everything, that's what the thing that kind of threw me off. Why didn't Dabi attack him? And the way he uses laser to try to save Bakugo and Tokoyami, man, I can't believe I almost forgot his name. He seems like he's in pain, not because the pain from his quirk, but because he's like, I shouldn't be doing this, but I have to. And it's the only logical explanation of how Shigaraki was able to find the location of this training camp. Aoyama must have found a way, or who knows, or some way to give this information to All for One. We also learned that Aoyama was born quirkless, and because his parents wanted him to be like all the other kids and pursue his dreams, they got involved with All for One and had him grant Aoyama a quirk. And once they became affiliated with him, there's no going back. Hearing all this, we see Hagakure is like, I need to tell a teacher, and it looks like he tells Deku first. We see before Deku arrives, so probably he's already there, we see Aoyama is full of regret. He's like, I don't want to keep doing this, but I have to so my parents could be safe, so they would not be killed. And after learning all of this, Deku is just surprised and in a way almost disappointed. And we see poor Aoyama telling him like, yes, I'm the villain, and it's just so sad. So it's just basically confirmed that Aoyama is a traitor. I'm so sorry, Invisible Girl, for suspecting of you, but it's still not over. One of the things that bothered me about this chapter was that Hagakure told Deku first. Wouldn't it be logical to tell a teacher first? That's the thing that kind of like bothered me about the chapter this week. But I wonder what's gonna happen now. I mean, clearly Aoyama and his family are a danger to UA. They cannot stay there. I mean, for all we know, once Aoyama told the truth, the same thing will happen to him, like what happened to Lady Nagant. So who knows? I'm very, very excited to see what's gonna happen next. Like, what's gonna be the outcome now that the traitor has been revealed. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you for the next video. Bye.